Dollar sign H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's TheFlyBoy. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. And welcome to another episode of Jeep Talks. I believe this is episode 81, but I'll probably change it in the title later. And we are here back from Colombia. Great time taking care of responsibilities as usual, man. And as I'm looking around, let me show you. I know it doesn't look like we're in the Jeep yet, but we will be back in the Jeep. We are here at Foreman Mills getting my little man some clothes for school. He is going to public school this year, so I had to get him all new outfits. Mind you, I'm like when I go spend money for Catholic school, I usually end up spending like $400 or $500 on clothes alone, and then another $200-300 on sneakers. So it's like a $700 thing. But for school shopping here, I feel like because it's his first year in public school, I'm gonna have to spend a little bit more. Shout out to DC Dasher, man. I'm trying to work it out because I remember being my first time in public school, and you had to have some kind of style, you had to have some kind of name brand, and at the same token, the most important thing was the sneakers. Now, my son is going into fifth grade, so I don't think it's that time of the year yet. Shout out to Show Enough, yeah. I don't think that time. Yeah, I think I was talking to my coworker, and I think like 12 or 13 is when you really got to get more into the things because as a parent, I know that was a kid once. I understand how when you are a kid, they people can bully you based on your clothes you have. They can bully you based on a lot of stuff, but clothes and sneakers, those two things can set you off in a bad pattern. Um, from the start, and that can make your schoolwork bad. That can make all the other stuff. Now, my son is very intelligent, so shout out to Craig in the building. Yeah, my son lives in the states. My daughter does too, but my daughter's graduated high school already. Um, just this amount right here, I'm estimating this is about $300 worth of stuff. I'm estimating this is about $300 worth of stuff. I still have to buy him two pair of sneakers now because again, I just bought him some new Ja Morants before the summertime. I bought him some new Air Maxes before the summertime, and he done grew out of both of the sneakers already. Like in one summer, he done grew out of both sneakers. Mind you, the Ja Morants cost about $150. The what's the names cost about 85, 90. The Air Maxes. So we're gonna have to go back to the store and figure that out. Um, Again, like I think he only needs two pair like really name brand sneakers, and I can get him just some sneakers he can play gymming or do gymming because again, I'm telling you, he's gonna probably grow some more in his time. DC Dash says, at least you're kind of stylish. I'm going to hire somebody else to dress him. Again, I'm not in that age range. I'm not. He's not in that age range yet. I don't think where he really needs like what's the name? I probably gotta get him like a real Nike hat or something. My son don't wear hats though. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but my son don't wear hats. He got his mother's hair, so he wears his hair out. But so I don't have to really get him any hats. But just trying to get him everything before all the other kids come and get everything is a big thing in itself. The issue is I need to find shirts, and they don't really have shirts. Crazy. Let me put this right here for now. Um, I think might get him some Nike socks just do it a little bit over because, and I gotta buy him some shorts too. I had basically give him so much. I'm throwing away all his clothes and buying him all new stuff. So this is gonna be interesting, y'all. Trying to make this work. Now, I am not a single father. I am a single father. He's with his mother right now, but I can't really expect his mother to buy a bunch of stuff for him. So that's why I'm here by myself, and he's with his mother until we until he comes back right before school. So yeah, man. Show enough says get it from China. Most of the sneakers won't really. No. It's not even that. I would get him sneakers from China when he becomes like a teenager, but not as much as if he asks for it. But not as much as when he's young because um it takes a while for them to come from China. So I try to just get something here quick. But the fact that his foot size is now, I think I'm gonna go with this. And we got to come back for shirts. We come back for shirts. The fact that his foot size is 7.5, man, It's crazy. Uh, because he wears a 7.5, he's damn near adult now. I wear 11. If I wear 11, he wears 7.5. We pretty much almost paying a similar price for shoes. I also wanted to get him like a Nike Tech suit, but then I'm like, nah, maybe when he gets like 12 or 13, I'll get him like the $100, the $150 suits and stuff because, like I said, he's still going to school in a good area at at fifth grade. I don't think that's. I hope not. That's not yet. You know what I mean? Um, He said, Merrill says, true, your clothes and shoes are life changing in America. Again, I know our parents, because a lot of us are older than 30, a lot of us are older than 40, some of us even older than 50 and 60. A lot of our parents didn't really conceptualize how important your clothing was when you came to school. That you didn't have the same outfits every day, that you had multiple outfits, and you had good sneakers. Like you could pretty much get over it if you wore just unnamed brand stuff, just Nike stuff, and you had good sneakers. But a lot of our parents, like me, I used to wear Olas, and I didn't ever have the Jordans and stuff. But I realized that it did help me become more of an individual. But at the same token, I had to go through battles. I had to go through multiple battles in school, hiking battles. I had to go through fighting battles because people would clown the clothes and stuff, and try. But again, so it definitely Oh, let me. I want to see the Nike socks. It definitely is something that I feel as though plays a big part. So, because again, I think, especially with social media and social outlook on the world, like I feel like that's a major thing right now, y'all. I want to give him a book bag too, and I don't want to give him no goofy looking book bag, like no cartoon book bag, because he old now. But these book bags look cheap, so I'm gonna have to go somewhere else and get a book bag too, y'all. Um, like again, you got. I know a lot of people don't put that much thought into stuff like this, but me, I do because I know how like one little wrong thing, one wrong step, or one misstep can like make 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 a big change. They come back home sad. They come back home disappointed because their friends are cracking on them, and he's going to a new school. So if I can, you know, he's going to a new school. So if I can make it as easy as possible for the transfer, and he went to Catholic school before, so everybody wore the same outfits and stuff. I probably got to get him some shorts and stuff. I don't want to. They only got one pair of shorts here, so I don't think I want to pay for this McDonald's. $16 for some Michael Jordan shorts. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Kevo says, yeah, that's what I said when their clothes cost the same price as yours. Yeah, man. Like this is unbelievable. Like, I mean, you know what it is, but at the moment you have two choices. You can do it, and or you can not, and that's going to do. Ooh, this kind of shirt, kind of match actually. Hold up. I had an Ed Hardy shirt, but the Jumpman shirt kind of match. I just gotta get them the right size. I think the medium, large. Damn, I don't really want to get them the large. You be looking all saggy. Again, Former Mills makes it a little bit easier because they do have. I feel like this shirt matches more. I feel like this shirt matches more than the Ed Hardy shirt. But me, I can. I mean, yeah. But the Ed Hardy shirt is probably less expensive. Ed Hardy shirt is $9. This shirt is $16. But I kind of rather him match, so I just keep put the Ed Hardy shirt back because I think these pants right here match with that shirt right there. So we're gonna put this back right here where it's supposed to go. Um, Shucks. Man, again, y'all. I know these little details might not make sense to you guys, but I feel like these details will be the details that when your son comes home and he said he met some new friends, or your kid comes home and he said he met some new friends because they had on a nice little outfit or something and everybody was playing around. I think these are the details that make the biggest difference, y'all. Shout out to Ellis Durrell. Shout out to A1 Day One Kings and Dreams in the building. Another parent says the cost of parenting in the United States is expensive. Yes. And we're not even talking about just like physical. We just talking about right now. We're just talking about the financial cost. We're not talking about the time dedication, the sacrifice, and all that stuff. Um, I think all parents do sacrifice and stuff, but like right now, the financial cost is like really pushing up on everything. That's why I said my next kid will be in Columbia, and the financial cost won't really be the same. Shout out to Travel POV in the building, man. We'll get more into like the whole cost of other things when we get in the car. We actually have to probably go look for some sneakers online first, and if we can't find the sneakers online, then what we do is we'll go to the store. Thank you, in Orange, and we'll find the sneakers in store in Orange. But Again, I got them about what I got. I got them about. I think I got them about 11 outfits, maybe 12 outfits that you can mix and match. I think in my mind, you really only need to get like at most 14 outfits. You only get the 14 outfits because between 14 outfits, you can switch up shirts. You can switch up. Maybe I can actually try. Let me try a question and answer real quick. I'm gonna try to stick it real quick. Um, no. How? I'm gonna try to stick it for once. How many outfits? Oh, how many? Let me have to stick it because it's making me answer the question too. Hold on a second. It's making me answer the question too. So let me kick it out. How many y'all have Nordstrom's rack out there? I don't know if we have Nordstrom's. I know Short Hills might have Nordstrom's. The Legacy gonna be flying Columbia for the low. Your big facts, Kevo. Big fact, Kevo. Now question. I see there's a lot of people in here right now. How many outfits do you think your kid needs for school? Like how many outfits do you think your kid needs for school? Um, if he goes to a public school? Because I'm thinking about like 12 to 14 because that's 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, you can mix and match everything. I mean, two pair of sneakers that's for like show, and then one pair of sneakers for like gym or something like that. That's how I'm estimating everything right now. So again, this is gonna be a learning process because with my daughter's mother did all that because I don't do good girl shopping. My daughter's mother did all that, so I didn't have to really worry about how many outfits and all that stuff. And then my son for the last 5 school years, he went to private school, so I didn't really have to worry about that either. But now it's getting that age where now it's getting in that age where you gotta really like you gotta start getting stuff. And again, I noticed that when it's at 7.5 sneakers, 7.5 is regular prices, man. That's not even kids prices no more. But like 10ish, I think 10ish is a good DC dash. I think 10ish is a good number too. Again, I say about 12 to 14, but 10ish sounds good. And Kevo says 12 to 14. My old lady usually do it. I'm usually more focused on the shoe game. Yeah. Okay, so 12 to 14. So again, 10 to 14 is pretty good. That's what I'm banking on. Now the shoe game, again, I'm so upset because I literally just spent like $230 on two pair of sneakers that he really outgrew over the summer. Like really outgrew over the summer. It was so crazy, bro. Like, and my son's birthday's in July. So in July, I mean, my son's birthday's in June. So I got him the sneakers in June, and now we in August, and he can't even fit the sneakers no more. I got him a size up too. Oh, I got him a size up too. I didn't get the size he wears. I got a size up, blew right past that size. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna we'll talk about more. Like I said, again, right now we're in the store, so I don't want to get into the details, other details apparently. But then you got like my son wears glasses now, so his mother covers the glasses because she wears glasses too, so she can take him to his spot. Um, but the glasses thing costs money. Prescriptions, got to make sure he don't break them in school. Um, he wants to play sports, you got to pay for the stuff for the sports. Then again, I had to do the whole basement. I had to redo the whole basement, put the TV in there, I put the PlayStation in there so he can go there after school, and he can whenever he's not in he has a half a day or something, he can go play the games and stuff. Then I got to still buy Grand Theft Auto like twice. I don't know how it works, but I think I got to buy it twice for two different PlayStations. Um, I'm gonna take you guys with me so you guys can sell. He said, "Yes, little dude did the same, sprouted up. That's crazy, bro." All right, so thank you. All right, so we about to find out. All right, so, hey, what's up, man? All right, we about to find out what the price of everything is, y'all. Come on, come with me. Yes. Oh man, I can't use my phone. Yes, please. I'm gonna tell you what the price is, y'all. Give me a second. I'm guessing 230, no 240. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Let's see what we got. Mandatory stuff.
Would you like a bag?
Yes.
Let me see. Oh, man.
So you found it?
Huh?
On the phone, the app.
It's for points.
Okay, cool.
So now your points add up, you get it takes $5 off and stuff like that.
That's cool.
We're gonna do a price on that shit.
Okay, cool. Thank
Yeah,
you.
mind you, I just spent the bag in Colombia, so pockets getting ripped right now. But yeah, gotta do what you gotta do. Responsibility. I buy fake shoes, snap a couple pictures, and trash them. I mean, for myself, I don't buy fake music. British, what's up, British Knights? Flyboy, do your daughter and son know that you're? Of course, my daughter does. At first, my daughter, she was part of the content. If you watch my older videos, you see it as being part of the content. But as she got older, she didn't really want to be part of the content. Then she graduated school, and now she wants to work on the content again. She watched the video. I got a video. The oldest one, I got a video. She was like 17, and we went to my condo in Miami. So like 16, she was in condo for her birthday, and then I took her to the skating ring and stuff, and she liked the video, so she watched the video all the time. But now, now she wants to try to do it again. But
You don't have prices. I got a price tag for this.
my son, he's always been like a video game player. He's always been like you can watch them. We pretty much watch them grow up on my channel because I'll show them close. You can pretty much watch them all grow up on the channel and like see their personalities change over time. My son, he's big on video games. He used to be like really in the camera, all that stuff. My daughter, she goes back and forth. And, yeah, they like it. My son was soup. He was soup when he seen me hit 100K. He was soup. He was like, so he wanted to take pictures with the plaque and all that stuff. That was crazy. Again,
The prices don't count, but not on the surface.
again, let me see. Operator. You want to see? So we're still getting to eat. I'm still starving. We probably got one more trip coming up this year. I'm gonna try to squeeze it in. I really gotta see because the days off is getting kind of hectic right now. But I'm trying to do something in October. I told people I'll mention it before when I get back from Colombia, but I don't know when I'm going to mention it yet. I want to make sure I lock in the flight first. Once I lock in the flight, then I'll let you know for certain that I'll be going somewhere and where I'm going. But I didn't lock in the flight yet, so but I've and I got to lock in the reservation place I'm staying. So we'll get that taken care of first. 1 second, y'all. All right. Again, y'all. All this is the cost. Like I had planned this already. I planned this. Like I knew when I went out to Colombia, I knew I was gonna have to come back here and spend a bag. The sneaker thing, that's probably the sneaker thing is probably the most crucial one because I spent that right in June, like June and May. I think I got them Nike Airs in like my fault. I got them Nike Airs in like April, and then I got him the John Morant in June for his birthday, and already in August he drew out both of them. We'll in the car when I go get some eat. We'll talk about a lot more of Hold on a second. We'll talk about a lot more about like the cost of parenting in this times, as far as everything from traveling to dating to like spending the amount of time we got to do. the different levels of not really stress per se, but you know the levels of behavioral modification you have to go through to make sure that your kid don't run off all wild doing crazy stuff. I was lucky because my son was really good growing up. He wasn't like one of the baby's kids and nothing like that. But it was definitely so I'm close. I think I'm close. I think I'm close, y'all. I think we're gonna be like 260. I said what 240, something like that, 230. I think 260. Yeah, I'm close because there's a bunch of other stuff. Let's see. Um, Again, even like I said, even if you the thing about kids is that they mess up clothes extremely fast. So that's why I said I don't want to buy nothing too name brand or expensive, especially at 10. But oh, it's pouring down rain. I hope I left my windows closed. Hold on. Jesus. Yeah, it is. So let me show y'all real quick, though. Hold on. This crazy, bro. Look at this. It's pouring down raining, bro. Like it was just, man. Listen. So we're gonna get something to eat, then we're gonna talk more about the cost of parenting. But another thing, I realized is that you gotta be cautious of who your kids like associate with, because that'll probably at a younger age, because a lot of kids at the age of like get like fourth, fifth grade, that's when they start to like build the bonds that they're gonna have for a long time. Like most of my friends I've known from since I was like 11, 12. The ones that's like for the longest, some of them I met in like high school, but after, pretty much after like 16, you pretty much set in all the friends that you have. So you want to make sure that you put your kid around other kids that are interested in doing, positive and learning more stuff. So I'm putting my son in aftercare, and aftercare is another $300 a month. So you got to imagine any of the kids in aftercare, their parents are going to be more likely to want better for them, because you're paying $300 more a month just to go to aftercare. Is it three? I think it's $300. First one is the more expensive, but $300 a month to go to aftercare. So that's another cost of parenting that goes to play. Fox Brown says he doesn't shop to get things from China. Not yet, Fox. Again, I want to wait till he's older so I can explain to him the difference and stuff. Like when I say older, I'm talking about more like 16, 17. Because here's the thing. If you start them young with getting stuff from China, it could also affect them socially too. Because around like 14, 15, 13, 12, that's when the kids are really like into, oh, he got the new, and they're like, well, those don't look like those, and that don't look like that, and you don't want that. You don't want that brand on your name as a younger kid. When you become older and you realize the logic behind it, you might want to get like 10 pair. But from start, no, I gotta spend that 150 for the John Morant's. Got to spend that 85 for the for the what is that called? For the Air Max. So again, sometimes I let him pick his own sneakers out, and he does pick his sneakers out. I let him pick one pair out, the other pair I get him, and then the other pair is just like some Pumas or something like that. He can play basketball at gym in. But again, Jay Brash, you know how I feel, but you got to understand when we do stuff like this, like buy stuff for our kids for school and stuff, it's so that they can have the opportunity not to be socially separated by the clothes that they have. That's why people say that a lot of public schools they switch to uniforms, because they understand that yes. Oh man, 302, y'all. Hold on, yo. I was so wrong. Y'all. The total is 302. 302.49, y'all. Crazy, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. It sounds like a lot. It's still less than the Catholic school clothes. See, here at Former Mills and places like of this nature, you can pretty much um maintain a certain amount. I use my phone, so give me a second, y'all. You can maintain a certain amount, but all right. So is it too late? Give me. I'll be right back, y'all. Is it too late to use the other part now? All right, cool. That's cool, no problem. One second, I'll be right back, y'all. All right, y'all. So I'm back. I get it for the kids, but grown people still get caught up. Yeah, again, I think grown people get caught up because their parents never really explain to them because their parents don't travel. So the parents not being travelers so much. They don't really understand. Thank you so much. So they don't really understand the they don't ever understand what the real is because they only see the world from the United States. So they don't understand everything else. And because they don't understand everything else, what happens is that they get sucked into this we need to have the other stuff in. Now there are some parents who don't be on or big on name brands and stuff, but those parents also thank you, put their kids in a situation where they thank you. They also put their kids in a situation where the kids are social rejects because they don't want to get the name brand clothes. Because they don't want to get the name brand clothes because they don't want to get the Nikes and sneakers like that. So again, it's a balance. You can choose. Thank you, man. You can choose whichever way you think works for you. But for me, I feel like if you're tuning in just now, whew, we made it back. Welcome to Jeep Talk, episode I believe 81. The cost of parenting, school supplies, and other things. As you can see, we made it to rain. We spent about $302 worth of clothing for my little man. We spent about $302 worth of clothing. Or 302, a little bit over $302 some change worth of clothing for my little man. And that's not it. We still gotta buy sneakers. Now, we're gonna go online first to see if we can find the sneakers on Nike site and that we can get in time because I don't know how long it takes to ship, but usually it gets here by the next week. I'm gonna be after spending all this money, I'm gonna go get me some Wendy's. The Biggie Meal. But the cost of parenting goes beyond. I don't want to say in the room, but the cost of parenting goes beyond the simple clothing or the stuff you need. It also includes time. A lot of people, they would not be still working if they had hit the financial status that I hit. A lot of people would still be working. A lot of guys would rather their son or their daughter, their younger kid, live with the mothers of their kid, live with them, so they can have their freedom and do what they want and just send money in. But I know the importance of sacrificing your time, sacrificing your availability to live a certain way, so that your kids can get a teaching from you. You know what I mean? A certain teaching from you. I think my son and my daughter both need it, and whatever child I have in Columbia, they all need the teaching that I give them because it makes them able to end up or get some some logical thinking. That's called logical thinking for myself. Let me see. I think all dads should be in the kids' lives, but I also believe that you have to show them by example. So while I could retire now and just be sitting in the house all day waiting for my son to come home, I wouldn't have. It would limit me from being able to have a certain type of lifestyle, and on top of that, it would be hella boring. Jay Brad says it's all me. The same. I get it for the kids. Shout out to Spins. Forget having kids. Keeping my time and money myself. I understand. Listen, in this era, Spins, I fully understand. I tell people all the time, if you get to a certain age as a guy and you don't have any kids, unless you have this dying desire to leave something behind physically, like a kid, don't have no kids. Just enjoy yourself. Because at the end of the day, let's say you get to relive your memories. when you're gone, all you're doing is reliving the good memories you had. Now, I will say this as a parent of 2 kids. Having a kid gave me memories and the availability to know how something really feels that I could have never assumed what it was. Like, I didn't know what it felt to be a parent until I was raising my kids. And then I was like, okay, I know what it feels like. I didn't know what it feels like to have somebody like depend on you as a I didn't know what it felt like to be a parent, basically, like in the same house until I had my son. So it's like I'm learning now, and then I won't know what it's like to be to coming back and forth, seeing my kid in Columbia until I have my kid in Columbia. So again, it's all. I'm still learning the parenting thing. I'm still learning steps of parenting and things of that nature. But having that feeling is something that I would think I would have been disappointed in my life if I didn't ever have that feeling. So while it does come with responsibilities of being a parent, it does come with experiences that are not recreatable if you don't have kids. So again, I understand Spence when he says for kid having kids, I'm keeping my time and money to myself. I fully understand, especially as a person who travels, who does a lot of stuff. I don't know how I would feel at 60 or at 50 or at 75 or on my deathbed if I never had a kid. I don't think that would be a good feeling for me. So I couldn't do it. But then some people say, hey, you never got married. You ain't gonna know on your deathbed how it's gonna feel to get married. I'm cool. I'm cool in that. So I can, as much as I'm cool on not ever getting married, I can see how people are cool on not ever having kids. Full disclosure. I'm against the illogicalness of marriage because I'm just such a logical person. So I don't think I'm showing you that I'm biased already about the marriage thing. So that's that. But kids thing, yeah, definitely had to do that. There's really not much I think I have to do before anything is over, because I would like to see my son graduate on time. I would like to see my son graduate high school. I was there when my daughter graduated high school. I was there when my daughter graduated from 5th grade into preschool, and into kindergarten. So I would like to have that same experience with my son as well. You know what I mean? But I've been there for my son's graduation. His first day of my son's first day of pre-K 4. I was there. Again, time is another thing that you have to sacrifice as a parent. There are going to be moments in your kids' lives where for them it's going to be significant and for you it's going to be significant. I think the first day of the school for the first time is significant. I think the first day of a new school is significant. I think graduating from 5th grade into middle school is significant, or something like that. It depends on how your schooling thing's set up. I think graduating kindergarten is significant. Your kid's first tooth, your kid's first walking experience. I was able to get all of this stuff on film because it's leaking. Damn it. I was able to get all the stuff on film, on video. Most of it, if not all of it, is on my YouTube channel because of the fact that we live in a world of technology where I could do that. But if I wasn't able to, listen, my son's first surgery, I was there. When he went to sleep, when he woke back up, I was the first one to see. Well, maybe doctors probably were, but he seen me. I was there. My daughter, when she went to her prom, I was there. Well, not prom, her graduation. I think I was there for my prom too. But we get some McDonald's. I wanted to get some Wendy's, but unfortunately, that Wendy's line was just outrageous. I know you're like, oh my God, How are you going to be there if you keep eating this unhealthy? Bruh, I don't feel like getting out of the car. The only other options is getting out of the car. So bear with me. I'll get fish though. Don't worry about it. This is not a notch to anybody else, but give me a second.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Will you be using the app today?
No thanks. Yes, may I get 2 fish fillets, cheese, and ketchup on the sandwich? Can you put a ketchup on the sandwich, please? And let me get a large fry with no salt. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, I ain't getting no soda because they don't got no juice here like that. Let me close out. Let me hit this because sometimes it be messing up. All right, cool. Another thing you gotta sacrifice or you gotta work on when you have a kid is relationships. I realized at a young age, I know there's a difference between boys and girls. I didn't bring any women around my daughter. My daughter doesn't know me, but except for when she's watching my YouTube channel. My daughter doesn't know me for bringing any woman around. Mind you, my daughter's now 19 years old. She's never seen me bring a woman around her and her mother, around her, anything like that, because I understand the effects it can have if you see. Now, she sees it on YouTube. It's easy for me to talk about it and say, this is my life, this is this, but she can now separate, my dad never brought any women around me. He never had no women over when I was there. Now, my son, I still limit how many women my son sees. My son might have only met 3 women I've ever messed with. One is the married woman because she comes over a lot. One is a woman I was in a relationship with, and one is my tenant upstairs who stays upstairs. My fault. And one is my tenant downstairs. So my tenant upstairs, my tenant downstairs, he know. My daughter's mother, of course, he don't know her. And maybe one girl I messed with. I'm just estimating. I can't remember. But maybe one girl I messed with outside of the married woman. And the reason why is because, give me a second. 1 second, y'all. 15, 20. I got 22 cents. Give me a second, y'all. And I'll tell you guys the reason in a second. Thank you. Now, the reason... give me a second. Thank you. All right, the reason why is because while my life doesn't believe in marriage, while I'm not a big person who believes in marriage, all of my friends the majority of my friends are married, and I got a friend who's oh my gosh, she was nice. Shoot. Sweet sour sauce. Sweet sour sauce. Thank you. Oh, she gave me the ugly look too. But no, most of my friends are married. Like 90% of my friends are married. I have like 2 friends who I grew up with. I'm talking about friends I really, really grew up with, not just people I met along the way, but people I grew up with. 90% of them are married. I don't want my son who feels though has to be his father. Him in all places, and he doesn't tell out any women. Even my son sees one woman, well, my tenant upstairs, my tenant downstairs, and the married woman. He doesn't see me in person all the time with a bunch of different women. So if he decides that he wants to go the marriage route, I want him to be able to say, hey, my father be this international gender leisure per se, or go overseas and try to get all of these women from Colombia or Brazil or these other countries. My father didn't encourage me to do that. He just showed me that's a way. But he also introduced me to his uncle Mel, and his uncle Mel has been married for years now. He also introduced me to his cousins and other people who have been married for years. So my son has a dual option of going to the getting married and having a settled down life, or if he wants to have fun and go overseas and travel. So again, I believe like that is another thing you have to realize when you hold up. That's another thing you have to realize when you have kids, and you have to be responsible. What kind of imagery do you want to give your kids? What kind of message do you want to show your kids? Do you want to show them that, hey, you should always get married, get in a white picket fence, and then you lead your kid to being a man who's 50 years old, been divorced twice, trying to find another wife, miserable because he can't find happiness in his marriages that his father or his mother taught him was the only way to go. I don't want my son to have that. And I also don't want my son to be like, now my son is smashing all these different women going around the world, and he can't find what really makes him happy because he believed that his father told him the only way to do it is to not get married, don't trust no woman. And now, happy that lifestyle either. Again, you have to be able to show your kids multiple lifestyles and let them pick. You got to let them pick. So for me to do that, when it came to my daughter, I didn't bring any girls around her. I didn't bring any women around my daughter. When it comes to my son, I bring women that I plan on having consistently in my life for a nice period of time around him. So again, around him. So that's just some things. Let me restart this. I think it might be comments messed up. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. Hey, I'm hungry, dude. One major thing I understood is that I believe my parents did. I believe my mother, my grandfather, my grandmothers did an amazing job raising me. But I don't believe that the way that my grandparents and my mother raised me can work in this generation that we live now. As you can see, we live in a generation now where social media is a big thing. Appearance is a big thing. Brand is a big thing. Your character is a big thing. It's and how you move can go down to your kids. So if you move recklessly and your kids are seeing you move recklessly, they can move recklessly too. So while I might have a lifestyle that is very different than what is taught in the schools, what your parents lived, I'm able to explain my reasoning and my thoughts behind why I live the way I do to my kids. If your only reason of explanation to teaching your kids how to move is this is how your parents taught you, I feel like it's gonna lead your kid to being confused, lead your kid down a path where they're not comfortable in the body they're in. Now, I hope here's one of those sticky. I hope my son is a heterosexual man. I believe he is. I hope he stays a heterosexual man because then I can relate to him and I can move around. But I accept my son or my daughter, however way they are, because I understand this world is different than when the world we grew up in. But those are some of the things that when I tell you, I didn't want to say stress level. Those are some things that you have to prepare for when raising the kids. Some of the things you responsibly have to be able to handle and manage without hurting the child that you're raising, mentally or physically. So it's going to be a long journey. Like I said, I got 8 more years before my son is 18 years old. When he's 18 years old, of course, I'm still going to be around, but more on the guidance versus walking you through life. My belief as a parent from the age of from the age of 0, when they first born, to about 18, it's your responsibility to walk them through life. Now that 16 to 18 age, it can get difficult. I believe it can get very, very difficult, boys and girls. 16 through 18 can get very, very difficult. But once they hit 18, I figure I'm no longer walking you through life, but I'm still there by your side, coaching you on what the cause and effect of things you do are. Like when my daughter wants to do like, a lot of, she was like, I want to go to trade school. I don't want to go to college. I said, okay, let me walk you through this. Now, your mother has a master's degree. She's gonna be pressuring you to go to college. I have an associate's degree. I'm not going to pressure you to go to college, but I am going to say you have to figure out some way that to create some income and to not use that income recklessly so that you can build a life that works for you. Now, you're going to have a place to live, but you're going to have to pay rent. So you have to figure out a way to pay rent. Not right now, but when you get 21, you'll have to figure out a way to contribute to the rent or the mortgage. My daughter said, you know what? She's gonna get 2 jobs. And she got 2 jobs. She went to school for hair or for nails, and she learned how to do nails. She graduated the program. She started an internship. So she's on the right path. But I could have been like, oh, you gotta go to college. You gotta go take up all this debt that's gonna end up being in a certain way. And if you don't go to college, then you gotta get out. I could have been like that, like other parents are that was growing up. But I realized that in this society, college doesn't guarantee you anything. Not only doesn't college guarantee you anything, but it also takes away from your ability to be free because you have a big debt to pay. Now, I know a lot of parents say, well, you can pay for the debt. Yes, but then you don't teach a kid that you have to work hard for what you want, and that it comes with a cost. And if you don't teach a kid that things come with a cost, what's going to happen is they're going to get older, they're going to be reckless, they're going to be spending, they're going to max out their credit cards. They're going to be like, oh, wait, but don't somebody else pay that? Like, I wouldn't max out my credit cards. Doesn't my father pay that? Doesn't my mother pay that? The same way they was like, you pay school, right? So for me, I'd say making sure everything is taken care of early so that they can focus on growing themselves, like making sure they don't have to worry about you want to get sued, buddy? Making sure that you don't have to your kids don't have to worry about the clothes they wear when they go to school, making sure they can focus 100% on their schoolwork, focus 100% on learning and taking all the information that they're going to need for the future. Simple things like buying them nice clothes, getting them nice sneakers can make it so that they don't have to go to school and worry about getting bullied. They don't have to worry about going to school and not fitting in. And that's what we did today, y'all. I appreciate everybody for the live, man. It's a quick live, real quick Jeep talk. Jeep talk. Hopefully, episode 81. I'll change it if it's different. And the responsibility that comes with having kids, man. The cost of having kids. Not just financial, it's time, it's sacrifice, it's dedication. It takes a lot if you're going to do it a way that can work for the kid best. It's your boy FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel. And you have been watching Jeep Talk. Jeez, these bags is crazy. And I'll see you